My name is Josh Anderson Gray, and I'm on a mission to explore the unimaginable. I've recently discovered that engaging in oral sex can lead to oral cancer, a concept that I'm somewhat struggling to wholeheartedly believe. Despite not being entirely sure about this, it's clearly an issue that isn't covered much by the media. That's why I'm keen to find out more. Is there really a link between oral sex and cancer? Over the next 7 minutes, I will go on a journey to uncover the truth about this matter that people know so little about. I begin my adventure with Jane Boyle, the operations coordinator of AboutFace, a charity which supports people who suffer with oral cancer. Jane is desperate to address the misconceptions about oral sex being completely safe. I've come to meet with her today to find out more about her work.
Hi Josh, you remember I was telling you about the increase in throat cancer might be linked to the HPV virus?
Yes.
Well, I found this article in the Times and it was only last month.
Really?
Yeah, bad habits are linked to increase in oral cancer. And I also downloaded that off the internet for you, which is interesting about the same thing really.
Can oral sex give you cancer?
Yeah.
And this was published by the NHS?
Yes, NHS Choices. So yeah, I mean, there is definitely a link. There's a lot of research going on into it.
After seeing this NHS approved information, it seems like there might be a grain of truth in this after all. But not one to take information from just one source, I thought it prudent to speak to somebody who works in the field of medicine. I've come to Poole Hospital to speak with Dr. Emma King. Dr. King is a head and neck surgeon at the hospital and a senior professor at the University of Southampton. She is currently leading research into the link between oral sex and oral cancer. It's a concept that I'm kind of struggling to, completely understand and accept. Could you please explain to me how the HPV virus gets transmitted through oral sex and therefore causing oral cancer?
So it's basically a transfer of the within the bodily fluids of the virus. That's where the virus lives. And what the research shows that the more sexual partners we have, the more at risk we are. And that's not only the number of vaginal sexual partners, but also there's a link with the number of oral sexual partners as well. So the bigger the number, the bigger the risk.
I see, and this research has been taking place over how many years? How long would you say?
We've been aware of head and neck cancer being caused by this virus over the last 10 to 15 years. And it's over that sort of period that this sort of epidemiological evidence to back up the concept has been brought to light.
I see. I know that you have links with Southampton University, which is known for its medical research. Have you been working with them for this 10 to 15 year period?
No, not as long as that, but certainly for the last sort of 5 or 6 years, I work within a translational immunology group, trying to devise new treatments for head and neck cancer, and specifically the head and neck cancer that's being caused by the HPV virus.
What kind of treatments are we talking about here?
So we're working on an immunotherapy program, and we're looking at different immunotherapy strategies to try and combat the virus. And the exciting clinical trial that we're working on is about to launch in January or February next year, and it's looking at a new type of vaccine. So not the Gardasil or Cervarix that is used now for vaccinating teenage girls, but a different kind of vaccine that hopefully can actually treat an established tumour.
A Kent-based woman called Lucy Davis, who works with the charity IC24, a branch of NHS 111, spoke to us about the HPV virus and gave advice on how to make oral sex safer without having to abstain from it altogether.
The other thing as well is safer oral sex. Obviously the HPV virus can be transmitted through oral sex, so we're not saying don't have oral sex. What we're saying is that you need to have a safer oral sex. So using a condom, making sure that virus, if you do have it, isn't then transmitted, because the HPV virus is absorbed through linings and through skin-to-skin contact. So obviously inside your mouth, up inside the vagina and into the anal passages are all mucous membranes that can absorb. So it's those kind of things that can actually people can then contract the HPV virus.
Here are some of the symptoms of oral cancer. White patches anywhere in the mouth, a lump on the lip, tongue or in the mouth or throat, unusual bleeding or numbness in the mouth, pain when chewing or swallowing, a feeling that something is caught in the throat, and red patches anywhere in your mouth. This seems like something that young people need to know about. Jane Boyle from AboutFace has come to Bournemouth University, where she's agreed to host a focus group about oral cancer.
Hello, my name's Jane. I'm here from a charity called AboutFace in Poole, and I'm here to talk to you about head and neck cancer. There is another factor that's quite common, I'm afraid, that I'm going to have to talk to you about, and that's oral sex. The link between the HPV virus, the human papilloma virus, and oral sex has now been proven, and it's quite a common cancer. Unfortunately, not so much now amongst older people, but it's becoming younger and younger. And a third of instances are linked to the human papilloma virus, which is a sexually transmitted infection.
Can you give us some practical tips on how to prevent?
Well, just to lead
cancer?
a healthy lifestyle, don't smoke and drink. I know that's difficult of speaking particularly, but just check your mouth regularly. And if you've got the slightest thing like a spot on your tongue or something on your face that troubles you, do get it checked out, because the earlier things are caught, the quicker they can heal, be cured, and your face can heal.
Today what I learned was very interesting and very informative. That's a type of cancer that I've never heard before. And I think the public, and especially university students, should be more aware of that, because they tend to drink and smoke massively.
I've come to the end of my journey, and I've become convinced that oral cancer can come as a result of oral sex. And I think that it's time that we maybe spread the word and speak candidly about this subject in society, so that we, as one, can make a difference.